through next? Well, in November 2015, it was Mango setting a new world record. And this run has an important distinction. It was the first world record with load times removed. See, Hit and Run has to load in between missions, and this can take a variable amount of time. Depending on how powerful the runner's PC is, this can add up to multiple minutes of difference across the run. So, the community created the Load Remover Auto Splitter. It detects when Hit and Run is loading and automatically pauses the timer. So, Mango beat the auto splitter.
Great, damn it! You know today is garbage day, so why don't you just leave yourself by the curb?
This run
Woo! Yeah!
By flipping the camera back and then forward, certain objects like cars and pedestrians will spawn. This can move things out of your way, or importantly, create a guy-controlled vehicle. They'll crash into
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about!
Speedrun overall. Mango's run lasted for 8 days.
Woo!
Next
Yeah!
Big Three Shrek, Iguana, who got a 138.35 and then a 138.43. It was a mix of faster execution and some strategy. He had a good leader. Saved a lot of time in 6 dashes, up about 45 seconds, and saved time on the story mission cleaner overall. So, it's insane. These guys still weren't at their limits.
Yeah!
Since
That's what I'm
2014,
talking
it had
about!
been a 3-way competition between Mango, Iguana, and Liquid
Woo!
since
Yeah!
Hit and Run rolled out. They constantly traded it back and forth among themselves, but nobody else ever broke through to take it.
Yeah!
They were the 3 best runners in the game by far, an exclusive club at the top with only 3 members. The combination of new strategies being added, the world record frequently changing hands, makes this a tough timeline to follow. But luckily for us, someone was about to come along and simplify things a bit. In mid-2016, a player named Robot Croc
That's what I'm talking about!
took one look at our 3 world records. Over the course of several months, Croc single-handedly took 5 minutes to get one world record. Unfortunately, were there new strategies? Oh, of course there were.
That's what I'm talking about!
1-7, used the Hello skill. Instead of running over the wall, he spun reverse to the door and the default reset point here is right at the door entry, so you respawn halfway past the door. You can then continue reversing and make it all the way through. Faster and more consistent than Carl Skip. Croc also switched vehicles for a couple missions. In 1-3, instead of using Homer's sedan, he used a traffic car that dealt more damage. Similarly, in 3-4, he switched out Mr. Plow for the school bus. Another big one was in 4-1, a strat called Donut Fire. You're supposed to hit the donut truck 10 times and collect the items, and the strategy here used to be letting it hit you 10 times. But instead, Croc began guiding it into a corner and then hitting it over. This was pretty much simple, as you get rid of RNG when traffic gets in the way. But Croc's dominance was for more than just new strats. It's also because he raised the bar for his execution. See,
That's what I'm talking about!
levels instead of full game runs. He got good, eventually holding every IL record in the game. This gave him a mastery in each individual mission that he was able to pick up minutes across the line just from better running. He slowed down less
That's what I'm talking about!
and took cleaner lines. Croc lowered the record a lot in a short period of time. He pulled away from the runners behind him. He was undoubtedly the best player the game had ever seen. Sadly, a few months after these runs, Croc disappeared, taking his channels and videos with him. Today, it's impossible to watch any of his records. It's really too bad, because if he'd stuck around, he might have been able to prevent more projects. first record in more than 2 years. His new time was 1:32:44. But in the description, he said lots of mistakes.
Yeah!
And there were a bunch of them, adding up to at least a couple minutes of obvious time saving. But still, Frog
That's what I'm talking
for
about.
execution, and now Liquid had patched it. One other thing Liquid said in the description, I think sub 130 is possible. Well, right around this time, Liquid Wi-Fi began streaming full time, playing Simpsons Hit and Run for several hours every day.
Woo!
He
Yeah!
got so good,
Yeah!
he took videos.
Woo! Yeah! Ow! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about!
Okay.
Oh, who's up for some spin the tail on the donkey? Yeah! Woohoo! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about!
He set 12 records in 4 months. He took the record from 132 to a 129 in a year. How did Liquid
Whoever
do this?
said nice donkey
Well,
finish
lots
last?
of tiny optimizations added up. He went for a lot more card this month than previous runners, helping his AI vehicles a bit more. He also had a new coin route, collecting the Krusty Loo coins in the middle of the 3-2 mission to skip coins later. And most importantly, Liquid had just gotten good. The leaderboard was pretty staggering. Liquid had a 129, Croc had a 132, and nobody else had below a 135. How long could this go on for?
Ah, man, my hair is getting frizzy.
Make it 18 straight records for Liquid Wi-Fi. This man was unstoppable. Most of his improvement was just from getting better and better at the game. He still wasn't at his full potential.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, Liquid was streaming, playing more than anybody else, but he was also clearly the best
You
runner.
drive uglier than Shrek's driver's license picture.
This was his record. And at this rate, with Liquid being this dominant, there need to be some major changes
Yeah,
to the run
who's the
for
noble
anybody
steed
to
now?
catch him. We've seen a lot of strategy. Every year there's been new glitches, destruction strategies, and more. But in late 2018, The Simpsons Hit and Run had perhaps its greatest strategy change yet. Level 7, the final level of the game,
Great
got
timing. You know today is garbage day. Why don't you just leave yourself by the curb?
out of bounds. First off, what's the point of going out of bounds? How does it save time? Well, the real advantage is it lets you drive across the map while it's not moving.
That's
You
what
can
I'm
go in a
talking about.
straight line without needing to turn or slow down at all. And level 7 is perfect for this, because most missions require you to go all the way across the map. You pick up waste on one side and drop it off on the other.
You drive uglier than
Next
Shrek's
question
driver's
is,
license
how did
picture.
it get out of bounds? Well, in October 2018, Wi-Fi found this. It looks crazy, but cars in Simpsons Hit and Run can essentially grip onto vertical walls if they touch them. So, by crashing into the wall, Liquid's car bounced the entire time off the wall. From there, he simply drove up the invisible part and made it over. He later found a more consistent way, using the car's back tires to attack.
Oh my god.
Woo! Yeah!
From there, it was DJ Lamb set up for 7-3 that called
Whoever said nice donkeys finish last?
Combined, they saved more than a minute, but they weren't easy to pull off, especially given that they're
Hey
at
man,
the
it better not
very
be any
end
chocolate.
of